Yo, what's going on, guys? Your boy Shadow, aka the Frozen Shadow Collector, and welcome to another Disney-related video on my channel. So, for today's video, guys, we are going to be unboxing and reviewing the recent release of Rapunzel for the Disney Designer Ultimate Collection or Glamorous Collection, whatever you want to call it. So, if you guys are excited for that, be sure to that thumbs up, be sure to that sub button if you're new around here, and without further ado, guys, let's just jump right into it. Alright, here we go. So, we're just going to kick things off with the doll itself inside the box. I will say I really like what they did with the backdrop for Rapunzel. I love that they used the thematic scene when Flynn and her are inside the canoe at night on her 18th birthday and they're lighting up the lanterns into the sky. I think it's a nice touch that they decided to use that. It's kind of a little sad that they didn't use the lantern as the purse for Rapunzel. I think that would have been cooler than actually giving her a purse. As you can see right here, they actually gave her a purse. I would have preferred to use like a lantern, just like Jasmine's, like how it's a little more unique and not just like the traditional purse, but you know, it is what it is. Rapunzel herself, she looks cute and adorable. I will say the theme of the outfit does fit Rapunzel's personality. I just don't, it's just not really my cup of tea that much. Like, I do think the design looks good. It's just a little too much puffiness, in my opinion. I think it could have benefited from a little less over-the-top puffiness. And then this thing up here really took the cake for me. Yeah, this little flower thing on her head, that I really do not like, personally. But you guys let me know what you think of this doll. As of right now in the box, I'm content with it. I'm glad I waited for the 40% sale on Shop Disney. I expect it to return sometime in the future, whether it be like probably a week after the next release, which is Belle at this point. So we shall see what happens there. As we can see here, we kind of get a good glimpse of her shoes inside the box. So from the looks of it, they look green, and I think there is some design on there. I'm not sure exactly what it is. Let's just get a closer look at that. I can't really tell what that's supposed to be of. I'm assuming it's a family crest or something like that that's embroidered on her shoes right there. It's an interesting style choice, let's put it that way. And of course, on the left here, we got the little post-it note card thing of the artists themselves. And of course, on the back, there is like a little sketch of their design, pretty much like the rough draft of it. So it's a little hard to see, but I don't plan on taking the packaging off, so you can kind of just take my word for it. That's pretty much the concept art that's on the back of this. And then to the right over here, we got the certificate of authenticity. Let's see what number we got here. We got number 2438 out of 9800. So yeah, as usual, is the big edition size for this line. So not really surprising there. That's almost 10,000. And at this time of this recording, so far only Ariel and Mulan have been sold out on the US store. So far those are the only two that are gone. We shall see who will be the next ones, but it's going to take a lot more of these sales for them to go away. So right now I just want to get a good look of the packaging on the outside so you guys can get a look at that. So really the only interesting thing here is that we got this tulip or some type of flower in the top left, and towards the bottom there is another one right by her name, and it says the limited edition of 9800. That's pretty much all that is. Of course, in the bottom left and the top right, we got some of that diamond design, and for Rapunzel it actually has the sun in it, so that's probably what the family crest is, a sun inside of a diamond. So let's turn it around so you can see the backside and read it for yourself. So right here we got Rapunzel's name on the side of the box. All the dolls have this. Some of them have the name on both sides of the box, but it looks like Rapunzel's is only on the one side. So let's continue on to the back of the doll. Okay, here we go. So here is the back of the box itself. So you guys can pause the video, read it amongst yourselves, but it is in English and in French right here for you to read. It just tells you about the doll itself, like the inspiration and things of that nature. So go ahead and pause the video and read that on your own time. we're gonna transition into the doll outside of the outer box, but with the plastic covering still on it. Alright, so here's Rapunzel without the actual outer box itself. I presume this is how most people are going to display this doll, simply because they don't want to get dust all over it. Unfortunately, you do have to create your own plastic covering up here to make sure it doesn't go through the top. I don't know why for this line they decide not to include that, but it is what it is. I will say like this, she does look absolutely gorgeous, so there's nothing wrong with having her displayed just as this way and not completely in the box or completely out of the box. This honestly looks pretty good as is, if I do say so myself. So yes, I really do like the backdrop for Rapunzel. It does look really good clashing in with the design of her dress. It honestly goes very well for Rapunzel. I do love those adorable eyes that she's got there, like, because like she's always like curious and so adventurous and all those things. So I'm pretty content with this doll. So now let's debox her. You guys enjoy the show while I go ahead and struggle to get all the wires and such off her. Alright, here we go. So here's Rapunzel outside of the box. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that little speed run through me unboxing it. Right now, we got Rapunzel outside of the box. She looks absolutely gorgeous. Honestly, I think this is one of the few dolls that look better inside the box with its background. I will definitely say that. A lot of her beauty, a lot of her enticingness kind of came from the backdrop mixed in with the dress itself, in my opinion. You guys can let me know what you think down below, but I think she looked much better with the background behind her. But that's just my opinion. So let's get down to the nitty gritty of Rapunzel herself. So I will say this, her hair definitely weighs down the doll a lot, meaning that when it's tossed to the side right here, as it is right now, it puts on a lot of weight onto the doll, making it hard for her feet down there to stand up. So you really have to modify her feet, because unfortunately, unlike Moana, which was pretty much the diamond in the rough, she doesn't have articulate knees or anything like that. It's just rubber, or rubber or plastic, whatever it is, just like the rest of the line. Moana's like the only one exception of this line thus far. It's very unfortunate that they don't just do it for the entire line, but it is what it is. So yeah, it's a little hard to balance her on her stand right here. You kind of actually have to keep the rubber band on her feet, otherwise getting her to stand is kind of nearly impossible, even with the actual stand down below. It's very unfortunate, but that's kind of how this Rapunzel is. Like I said before, most of it is due to the weight of her hair right here. But let's get a good close-up at her face and her facial features. As we pointed out before, she does have this lovely pink flower bow thing clip-on that's on her head. Honestly, it's probably my least favorite thing on her. I honestly don't know why they put it on there. I'm assuming it had to do with like her personality being joyous and whatnot. I'm assuming that's what had to play into it, but for me, it's one of the downfalls of this doll. But the dress itself does look pretty good. I do like how there's a bunch of flowers all over the doll itself. And then of course we got a ribbon type of belt around her waist right there. We got a bunch of rhinestones or gems all over her torso. And if we go down, we get more flower patterns right here. And then we get kind of like this translucent underdress type deal thing. And then we got more of the dress itself down here with embroidery on it mixed with some print-ons. So that's actually kind of neat that they pretty much combined the two and didn't just do straight up print-ons for this doll. I like the fact they combined the two right there to make it more high quality. And then of course, as we go throughout the dress, there are more gems or rhinestones throughout. I think if we lift this up, yeah, it's just more. Oh, there's actually embroidery underneath here. See if I can do that. Yeah. There we go. So if we lift this up, we actually get more embroidery underneath as well as more print on. So that actually looks really good. I think if you get rid of this part, it would look a lot better, in my personal opinion. And then right here, of course, we got, I'm assuming this is supposed to represent Maximus, you know, Flint's horse. I'm assuming that's why it's got like this right here. It's supposed to be signifying Maximus, the horse. Personally, I would have preferred the like one of those lamps or lanterns for her purse rather than this, but you know, it is what it is. It looks good nonetheless. And then if we continue onwards to the back of her, it's actually very puffy and very long back here. So if we zoom out right here, there's a lot of repeated designs on this doll, and there are embroideries on the back as well. It's not all print on, so that is good that they didn't just keep the embroidery stuff on the front and then just call it a day. So all in all, the design of this doll looks pretty good. It's not like one of those things that make me jump out of my seat good, but I'd say for what it is, it's decent enough. And then moving on to this side, like I said before, we got Rapunzel's hair that's pretty much making a tilt back and forth on each side. It's kind of hard to get it to stand still, but we'll make you deal with what we got. Of course, we got the rooted eyelashes, and then we got the printed on pupils, and then we got the nice makeup, and I'm assuming that's printed on eyebrows themselves. But yes, all in all, Rapunzel looks very good for what she is. I do wish they did something different personally, but I think I'm pretty content with it considering I got it at a discount, so I can't really be too upset with this doll considering I got it at a lower price than it originally sold for. But I'd say all in all, this Rapunzel looks pretty decent. I'd say a good maybe 7.5, 8 out of 10. And that's just my personal rating for this doll. I know there are people out there who wanted like the short brown hair or this blonde hair to be extra long, but I don't know. To me, it doesn't really matter considering that the hair itself is already weighing the doll down anyway. So it's like if they made it longer, it would have been like nearly impossible to stand this doll up. So you guys let me know your thoughts of this doll down below. Honestly, I'm pretty content. Like I said, I got a discount, so I can't be mad. As we showed before, the green shoes down below here, they also look good as well. And that's pretty much all there is to this doll. So once again, you guys let me know what you think down below. I'll be doing more videos relatively soon. We're probably going to get more details on the D23 exclusive dolls and the variants that we're going to be getting later on the Shop Disney store. So stay tuned for those videos, and I'll see y'all next time.